Namaste and welcome. The reason I thought of bringing this program, A Clean Slate, Finding Your Purpose, is because this is an ideal time for us to create or let go of the values, beliefs, needs, and wants that don't serve us. It is actually an ideal time for us to nest and for us to find who we truly are and what really inspires us to keep working, to keep living, to keep loving, to keep having friends, and basically the whole purpose of life. Health and happiness is what most of us want to be part of. And for health and happiness, we work hard. We have families, we have friends, we socialize, we go have a few beers, we go do yoga together. So it's all about the community and collectively working towards health and happiness. So my question is, what happened? What happened to your purpose of health and happiness? We got lost somewhere, didn't we? We got lost in a void where chasing money became the priority, chasing time became the priority. And as you can see, I've intentionally not worn a watch. And we got lost. Rather than finding health and happiness, we found ill health and unhappiness. I don't know about you, but I'm going to speak for myself. In the last 2.5 years, I took a call and I said, I'm going to give myself into the purpose of why I am doing what I am doing. And my purpose has been to help people become healthy and happy. And till 2.5 years back, I was not in a position to own that space. Now, when we talk about owning the space, it basically means taking charge of what intention, what action plan, and what manifestation strategy you have utilized. It's like being focused towards a direction, and along the way, there'll be speed breakers, there'll be stoplights, there'll be people crossing the road, etc., which is beyond your control. But what you can control is how you respond or react to what is happening around you. Which brings us to where we are now in the clean slate. We can't change what is happening. The virus is around and we as a community are staying home. Yes, of course, there are conspiracy theories, there are realities, there's fake news. We can't control that. But what we can control is how we respond or react to everything happening around us. So my question is, I'm sure over the last 7, 14, or 21 days, depending which country you are in, you've heard experts speak about motivating yourself, keeping yourself mentally fit, doing yoga, exercising. I'm sure you've got lots of tips and lots of help. My question, has that helped you, or has it just been a band-aid? For me, it's just been a band-aid. And what saves me every day is my yoga, my exercise, my spending time with my family within the social distance protocols, eating together, cooking together, or just sitting and laughing, or even sometimes arguing together or discussing together. Because it's been a long time since we've all been in the same proximity for so long. The last time I remember was when I was in school, and we all used to pretty much live together, and this must have been 20 or 30 years back, school and college. So yeah, it's been interesting times, and that's where we are at now, which is the community aligning together and creating the frequency of health and happiness. So my message is, over the next 21 days, we're going to break up each day into 1 hour and 2 parts, 30 minutes and 30 minutes. The objective is going to be to show you or share with you the tools that you require to keep yourself in your bubble. in your void. So you can then choose to step in and step out as and when it suits you. We're going to work on the mind. We're going to work on the headspace. We're going to work on our values, our beliefs, our needs and wants. And before we do that, oops, sorry, I just had a bit of a hiccup here. Okay, we're back. Sorry, Zoom just knocked me out and I'm back in again. So we were talking about the next 21 days. The first half an hour, I'm going to ask your permission so I can speak and share the information I had. The next 30 minutes, we'll focus on you, your questions, your answers, your inputs, your outputs. I'm going to break up the next 21 days into some tips, some group life coaching, some questions and answers. I'm going to have two fantastic experts on board, Maria Lucy, who's on board now. Thank you and welcome. And Dr. Paneri. Now, Dr. Paneri was going to be part of the whole 21 days, but he has just volunteered as a doctor to help out with the corona cases in his hometown. So he's going to let me know by this evening, but I have requested him to at least record a few videos if he can't be live, so I can share it with you all. Because the kind of information you're going to get from both Maria Lucy and Dr. Paneri and myself is going to be quite simple and realistic. We're going to give you things to do, homework to take back with you. So not only are we sharing and discussing, we're literally getting you to own that space. How does that sound? So coming back to what we're doing on day one, I am going to update you on the stuff that we're going to speak about. So today, as you can see, I have already shared some information on the post, but the information that we share is backed by modern scientific and traditional scientific methods. You won't be getting fads and trends from us. What you will be getting is pure information that relates to being healthy and happy. A very important part of being clear with your slate is to try and find out the activities that suit you. For example, in an ideal situation, waking up in the morning and doing a 30-minute meditation would be the most important thing, even more important than having your green tea, your Ayurvedic supplements, your alkalizing supplements, or even thinking of going on a fast. The most important thing is how you relate to yourself. And that, my friends, there is no shortcut to. Meditation is your action. Now, meditation can be quite an intense subject and a very confusing subject, where we believe that meditation is about having no thoughts. And I don't know about you, but I've spent a major part of my life trying to be in the so-called state of meditation with no thoughts. And then I was lucky to meet a teacher who shared with me that there are certain steps, just like you have a warm-up for the physical body, you need to have a warm-up for the mental body. And that's why there are certain stages or steps towards meditation, which I will share with you in the next few sessions. The information we read online, for all my followers over the last 1.5, 2 years in Sweden and Australia and in India, I've kept sharing the importance of reducing the information overload. And now you can see it in front of you. There's so much news out there on the corona, which is important, no doubt, but there's fake news, there's conspiracy theories, and it's not going to serve you. So why put yourself into a ditch when you just want to step out and live a healthy and happy life. What are your thoughts on that? Be careful of what information you read online. It's usually somebody else's story that you're buying into. What I suggest is find your own story, clean your slate. For example, the emotions you have been with you throughout your life. As you have built up, they've been with you. Every situation addresses that emotion, which means the emotion is in slumber. And when the environment around you challenges you, it triggers. And when it triggers, it creates an emotional upheaval. But now, because you're by yourself or you've slowed down life, you're finding that you're more in touch with your emotions. And it can get quite overwhelming because it's a new thing. But don't forget, it's always been part of you. The only difference is the environment has changed. So, very important to once again find the grounding. And the grounding can come through meditation. That is the shortest and the quickest way for you to find your bubble or to create the bubble around you. The second most important thing is movement. I personally believe 3 hours of movement is very important for an ideal state of being. But if you can't get 3 hours, then get 30 minutes. But just do something every day to move the body. Because in movement, there's release of energy. When energy releases, just like a dam full of water, when the water bursts, it gushes out. Same way, when you move your body, you're creating energy transfer. And that is very important. The third important thing is being clear in your head. Simplifying thoughts. Having a plan. Now, if you don't have a plan, that's fine. We're going to create a plan over the next 21 days. So when you finish with the 21 days, you'll have a template, and hopefully it's as good or as clean as the slate behind me. And that template will help you form the destination or the goal that you want to go to. Fourth important thing is your eating patterns. You know, we worry about a new diet, alkaline foods, a weight loss program, a muscle gain program, a detox program. That's all fine. That's important. But it's the intention that you eat your food with. So you eat slowly, eat mindfully, and visualize the food as nectar. Feeling the flavors, feeling the textures. And as you chew the food, feeling it going down the mouth through every part, and then visualizing how it's being absorbed in the body. It's really that simple. And I know it's difficult to believe because this kind of information is scarce to find. Because we're so busy looking at information and shortcuts that we forget the foundation of success for anything is following a systematic approach. What is your thoughts on that? We spend so much time on what to do, what not to do, how to look, how to behave. We forget that if we just spend 30 minutes in the morning meditating, 30 minutes moving, and 30 minutes in the evening meditating, and if you can, moving, you will get all your answers. You will behave exactly the way you need to behave. You'll do exactly what you need to do because you will be in that zone, in that frequency. Now let's look at what frequency and vibration means. Whether you're chanting Om Amen, Allah, the syllables of or Om, is the frequency that exists in the center of the earth. It is also the frequency of creation and of an orgasm. It's Ah. And that frequency is what? The vibration is what we want to create and stay in. Because once you're in that zone, you don't need to chase anything. It just comes to you. And the important part is not to get attached to the goal, but it is to be in that zone and have your third eye or have a part of your eye looking at the goal. I hope that makes sense. So have a goal, but don't get lost in it. Have a goal, keep that as your Google Maps right in front of you, and chalk your journey. And the journey can be at ease, or it can be full of hurdles. What I have found is if you're in that strong zone of movement and meditation, most of the hurdles simply move away. Or you're so focused on your zone that the hurdles don't really matter. So I would strongly suggest meditation and movement every day. Now, the third important thing is massage. It's going to be difficult to get massages. So what I suggest is massaging one body part every day. So maybe your forearms on one day, maybe your upper arms on the other day, maybe your chest and your torso on one day, whatever it may be. Make up your timetable and choose a program that works for you. Use oil on the body. Natural oils would be great. Sesame, mustard, and I do understand they're slightly thick and messy. So you might have to time it in line with your shower or your bath. I'm going to share 2 mantras with you today, and I will post this on our chat on the Facebook group after we finish. The first mantra, which I've shared with you, is the move, meditate, and massage. Very, very important. Move a minimum of 30 minutes a day, and move for 3 hours if you want to feel that absolute zone of peace, health, and happiness. Second one is meditation. Now, meditation is very simple. It simply means knowing yourself. Now, in order to know yourself, just like you would want to know someone in a relationship, you spend time, you have conversations, you have discussions, arguments, you make love. In the same way, create that relationship with your body. Speak to it. Look in the mirror. Speak to yourself. Shut your eyes. Go within. And understand what the body is trying to tell you. Of course, if you have conditions like anxiety or other mental issues, check with your doctor, check with your psychologist. There's always going to be a solution if you're hungry enough for it. Now, whether or not to choose the path, only you know. And that you can do by sitting with yourself and meditating. Of course, you can do chanting, you can do pranayama, you can do exercise, you can do yoga. All these things can help you with your meditation. But meditation is to know or understand yourself. You can do different forms of meditation. There is active meditation and there is passive meditation. And there are things in the middle. So meditate, whether you're dancing, whether you're doing yoga, whether you're doing kalaripayattu, whether you're running, whether you're jogging, whether you're sitting. Try to understand yourself. And you'll be surprised how easy and how much fun this journey is. And anyway, over the next 21 days, you're going to run through pretty much all your programs on your devices. So there's no going anywhere except within yourself. So I suggest you do it just the way we are doing it. Massage regularly, massage the body, because touch is a primal need. When you massage yourself, you're loving yourself. So spend some time and the body will give you the returns. Remember, your body is your temple. If you don't look after your temple, it ain't going to look after you. But if you look after it, it's going to pay you back dividends. And you'll feel so good and proud of being who you are that you'll fall in love with yourself. And once you fall in love with yourself, you are just love. How amazing is that? Let's go on to the next mantra, mantra number 2. So mantra number 2 is my favorite. It's called intend, act, manifest. Now, I'm sure we've all heard and understood the power of intention. There have been some massive programs, theories, books that we've all been through to understand the power of manifestation. I would like to take this opportunity of just clarifying a few things about intention, action, and manifestation. Intention is setting a goal or asking for something. It could be as simple as, please help me find the right intention for myself, or help me find my purpose. Once you plant that seed of intention, you think of an action plan. When you think of an action plan, you literally plan it. So you draw up the plan in a strategic way. Manifestation is about staying in that frequency of your intention being manifested. Now, be careful. It can be a trap where you start to live the life you have not created, and then you start living that life hoping your intention and action happen by themselves. No. The idea is to feel the manifestation or feel the emotions of manifestation. It means, say for example, I asked for $100,000 as part of my intention. There is going to be an action plan. Now that action plan will depend on your value, beliefs, needs, and wants. So it's going to be quite unique and individual to you. Once you create that action plan, you must feel that, yes, I am feeling it coming to me, as opposed to, I hope it comes to me. I hope all this that I'm doing will take me there. No, it's very simple. Intend $100,000, create an action plan. I need to make so much per day, so much per hour, and I can feel it happening. So I'm going to stay in that super zone. And in that super zone, I'm going to create that whole frequency for myself. We can look at this in depth. And when we do a meditation, my favorite meditation of intend, act, manifest, I will take you through the conscious, then we'll move to the subconscious, where we'll again plant intention, action, manifestation. And then we'll come back out into the conscious and reset the intention, action, manifestation. Do you know the power of the subconscious mind? They say between 50 to 80% better results if you work through your subconscious. Try it for 21 days. Try meditating morning and evening. And as we move into the program, I will also share with you links and other meditations that you can use. You can use some of my guided meditations that I have on my YouTube channel, or you can go and look for innumerable meditations that are available. So let's do this together.